back to episode 2
of Co-Founders Diaries.
I'm Laquanda.
I'm Tiera.
And we are your entrepreneur besties.
And today we have a special guest on episode 2. This is Ruth. Some of y'all might know her as Cookie. Some may know her as Bella, whatever group you were affiliated with in the Tampa streets. That's what you know her as. But we are so excited to have you on today. And today's conversation is going to be about why branding yourself is important.
Yes, so let's get into talking about personal branding. You do it so well. You have brand partnerships, you're getting deals, you're doing a lot of different things. So walk us back to the beginning.
Like, where did you start?
Okay, of course. My name is Ruth Scott. Some people know me as Cookie, some people know me as Belle. Honestly, I got started with entrepreneurship very young, just being immersed in it with my family members and growing up in Detroit. You know, they just hustle harder. I don't know if y'all know, Detroit girls, we hustle. So I just got started with doing it with that, and also starting multiple businesses. And what made me really like content creating and actually really get into it is my brand Bella Mode. So anyone who doesn't know about that, I used to run a woman shaper company, and I thought of the idea after I had my children.
Successful woman shaper company.
Let's just say that.
They're very good. I still have mine.
And I still wear it to this day.
Okay, years later. Yeah. But I thought of the idea after I had my children, and again, going back to it some more, I am a licensed cosmetologist, so I have a love for women, like making us feel beautiful. I feel like when a woman feels beautiful, she feels powerful, she feels empowered, she just feels like she could take the day on. So fast forward it's just after I had my children, my daughters, I just felt so depressed. Like, you know, your body goes through so many changes, your skin, everything. And I thought, how could I, you know, implement how making me feel better to make other women feel better? If I feel this way, somebody else has to feel this way.
Absolutely.
So I just started that business out of my home. And then I thought more about it, and I'm like, no one's gonna know about me if I don't go out here, if I don't go outside. You know, like I said before, I'm from Detroit, I'm in Tampa. Nobody knows me, I didn't go to school here, I don't have friends here like that. So then I started just looking up different networking events, you know, looking online and just seeing like what can I do to get my brand out there?
Exactly, brand awareness.
Yeah, and I just decided, hey, one day, like, let me go to one of these little events and pop up and see what's going on. And that from there, I just continued.
How was your first event for you?
My first
That feeling.
Of course, nervous. Girl, you know you're nervous, like meeting new people. You don't know how they're gonna take you, and you're just like, oh my God, like I'm here, I'm doing this, like. And then once you get into it, you're just so excited and so happy that other people feel the same way you feel.
And you start knowing people.
And you start knowing people.
So you're like, you want that event? Me too, I'll see you there.
Right, and they're like, oh hey, have you heard about this one? Let's go to this one.
Exactly.
And then just before you know it, you have like this whole little community that like just uplifts you and supports you. And you support them too, because it's like an equal energy exchange. So, I mean, yeah.
So you started Bella Mode, and then you went into content creation?
Yeah, so I honestly did all the content creation for my company. So I felt like, hey, if I can do it for my company, why can't I do it for other companies? Like, and I feel like a lot of times I'm the type of person that if somebody's like, oh, I don't know how to do this, or where should I go? I'm always giving a recommendation. So I felt, and I'm like, why can't I just do that online? People want to know. They'll ask me, how did you do your makeup? What makeup are you using? And I'm like, hey, I can literally do content creation online. I can influence people into showing them how I'm doing it, and even like teaching them. Because sometimes you go and you're looking for a tutorial, like you got this makeup, you don't know how to do it. You got this hair, you don't know how to do it.
Or it may not hit on what you want. So it's like, let me do exactly what I know the people want.
Exactly.
So initially, when you started content creation, was it more so focused on makeup, or was it shapewear? What content were you creating?
So my first content, of course, was my waist trainers. Like that's where I went viral on TikTok. Is my waist trainers, like posting them, showing people how to put it on, showing them like the results, showing them actually in my business, me putting on somebody else, doing funny little skits. So that's where I really started. We were definitely with that, and then it just went like forward because again, going back to my cosmetology background, I'm always doing my hair, I'm always doing makeup. So you know, they're like, hey, how do you do that? How'd you do your hair? How'd you do makeup? Da 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 da. And it's just like it all came together.
Do you feel like when you start posting more content like makeup and people start to get to know you, your sales started to increase?
So I feel like between the two, when I posted more of my waist trainers, my sales were increasing. Like, you know, it was going so good. And then as far as my makeup, I feel like it's more of a passion for me. And because it's not my brand that I'm selling, you know, I'm just showing people where they can get it from. And, you know, they do have sales, it is sales, but it's just more of a passion for me as far as makeup and hair content creating.
So we're talking about building brand awareness and why it's important, and I felt like she was the perfect candidate because like she is like consistently ever growing and changing, and that's what we have to know about entrepreneurship. So I was like, this is why this is a good topic. So in saying that and talking about ever changing and ever growing, going from being the owner of Belamo and then going into content creation. Content creation is popping off because like you said, you had the experience through your brand, you learned, you figured out how to promote it, how people want to see it, then you pour that into other brands. Where does that take you from Belamo to content creation to today?
So I feel like it's just like how you said, it's just really a journey. You know, you're consistently learning and consistently learning your failures, what's working, what's not working. And it's necessary to get to the point that you want to be successful. You have to have failures. You have to learn lessons. And I feel like Belamo is like my baby. It sort of kind of taught me like, hey, this is how you take care of it. This is how you do a business. So that when I do go forth with my future event, like my future endeavors, I can look back and I can understand like, okay, even if it's not the same background, it's the same steps. And like how you say, when you're constantly rebranding, that means you have to put that stuff into yourself. You are your brand. It's not, oh, I don't want to be on camera. Oh, I don't want to put myself out there. You have to put yourself out there. You have to figure it all out because you're carrying your brand. And no one's going to put their trust in you if you're not confident in it. Yeah, you have to. So I think it's very important that you go through that process, and you always have to keep in mind your last step. It's never like, oh my God, this is too much. I don't want to do it. No, let that failure be a lesson and you move forward onto it. Just like with Belamo, like, yes, I don't do it anymore, but it was a lesson to make me remember, like, hey, it's an end journey to this. This is not the end. Like, you can...
Or like, what did you learn from that you can then take that and pour into the next business the right way? So I went from jumping into network marketing. Then I was like, you know what? I want to start my business from network marketing. I had learned how to market myself. I was the person that I was marketing to. And then from that, learned how to then build my clothing apparel brand. And then from that, now here it is, we're starting a podcast because we found a niche. Finding a niche for, you know, and providing a solution to whatever it is that people may be going through. So that's why we're your entrepreneur besties.
Yes. And just to piggyback off what all you guys were saying, like when Cookie was talking about personal branding, when I started my boutique, I wasn't really focusing on my personal brand. I was focusing on my business. But then I realized, back it up, they're not going to buy from you if they don't know who you are. Like my friends and my family, they know I love fashion, but people, they don't know. So that's why I said, okay, I have to post more and build my personal branding. So I understand you so much. He was like, you have to make content, you have to brand yourself.
I was going to also add that, you know, people forget that personally, you're always growing. You're always changing. So with that mixed into your business, it's going to be forever changing, forever evolving. And also, I know that a lot of people, I know this might switch the subject, but when you brought up niche, I see that people always like, I don't know what's my niche, I don't understand. And I was one of those people. I was always like,
really?
Yes. Cause
trying to limit yourself and put yourself in a box.
Yes, it's
So
hard.
at first, what do you thought your niche was?
It was everything. Like, it's like you do so much, and it's just like, oh my God, I don't know what I should turn into. Yeah, so it's like I love fashion, I love this, I love that, I love makeup, I love hair. And it's like, it's okay, because during your whole journey, you'll get to your niche. And
literally.
The thing
so post what it is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Who are you in that moment?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's okay if it's not perfect. That's another thing I struggle with. Like, people want to see everything.
Yeah, people want to see the imperfection. Sometimes I be like, I hate this. I see that I don't like it. I can see something, but I don't care. I need to get my content out there. I cringe looking at it. But maybe they don't know that.
No, that's the part. And that's the thing. You know things. We are our own worst critics.
So bad.
My God. Like, you are like, oh, that's not perfect. That's not right. That's why they say post your content. There is a strategy to posting your content, but in the beginning, you should just be posting it out, because if you're posting it through that, you're going to see, okay, I can do this better, or I can change this, or
So let's move on to the next topic. I want you to give our audience some tips.
yeah.
So-
Like, what helped you get to this point, and like, what is like something that is like non-negotiables when starting a business or content creation? Because I feel like content creation is a business. People downplay it or discredit it, but it's a business.
It is.
So, in running that business, what are non-negotiables?
My non-negotiables, or any non-negotiable I think that you should start with, is don't let anybody tell you you can't do it, like, or make you feel like you can't do it, or say, oh, that's stupid, or like how you cringe and stuff like that. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling cringy a lot, like filming in public. Now I don't feel.
You just pop that camera up.
Yeah, I don't even care. Because come look at it. Actually, come see what I'm doing.
Come follow me.
Yeah, come follow me.
Exactly.
And a non-negotiable too is having people around you that have the same like mind, because it's sometimes you could be thinking something and you're like, man, I don't know if this is stupid. And then you get around your friends, you might not even tell them. Like, I could sit with y'all and just sit, and then y'all literally will say something that I have been already thinking in my head. It's
But
like,
you didn't do it.
it's like
A light bulb.
yeah, it's like
Reassurance.
it's reassurance.
For sure.
So definitely being surrounded with like-minded people. And then another non-negotiable is don't think that you can't start with just what you have. Like, you don't need a camera. You don't need to go out and buy the highest iPhone, the newest iPhone, the newest computer. Because if you're not doing it with your regular phone that you have right now, you're not
You
going to
ain't
do it with
gonna
that
do it.
expensive stuff.
Exactly.
You gonna
Wasting money. That's a way for people to waste money.
Yeah.
Real bad. And also always work on yourself and educate yourself. I'm a big person with, especially how you guys are doing this right now, you need to be watching stuff like this where you're listening to other people and their experiences so that you can implement that in your timeline and in what you got going on. So those are definitely like my top three.
I love those.
I love that, because I feel like it really is. So, needless to say, don't say what you won't do. And don't also limit yourself and put yourself in a box. You don't have to have a niche.
No. I feel like the most important thing is just making sure everything sort of kind of clicks. Because
Don't just be doing random things. Do what, like Tiera said, what is related to your life. I'm sorry for
literally.
cutting you.
No, that's exactly what I was saying.
Okay.
Literally, it has to be, it just has to make sense.
Yeah.
Because it's like literally, and I also found this out from another content creator. They said, you know, what do you like to watch? When you're getting on your social media page, what is your page full of? Actually, I think I learned that from somebody you sent me.
Oh.
Like, T was like, you know, this is what's on my page. And I'm like, I'm scrolling on my page, all this funny stuff. Hold on, I need to redirect this. And
Girl, you're kind of goofy though.
yeah, I'm very I love to laugh. But when it comes to your brand and keeping yourself on top of things, you have to
Close to the
keep
fire.
yourself looking at the things that you want to put on there. So now all I have on my thing is makeup. So, you know, I'm doing makeup. I'm doing makeup video,
That's a good
video.
tip.
So yeah, it just keeps you in line. So then you can bounce ideas.
Or
off
when
other
you feel
people's
like,
things.
oh, where do I go? You feel stuck. Then you go on there on your page, instead of seeing some BS that doesn't align with what you're doing, or it doesn't have any purpose for you. You get redirected. Like, oh, this okay.
This is perfect.
It don't have to be the same, because people always like, I don't want to buy it, or I don't want to copy. You're not copying, or you're not biting. You're just getting motivation to continue, or you're getting inspiration. Not that you're gonna create the same exact video, but you know, okay, which direction you should be going in.
Exactly.
What I like to call it avatar. So in branding and marketing, you have your customer avatar.
Yes.
So I was let me apply that to while I'm building my personal brand. So I have like Laquanda avatar. So it's like all the person who are business owner, but they also developing their personal brand, and I have a folder of people I follow. So that's
Wow, I love
You
it.
learn something new. This is why she be saying stuff every time I talk to her. I be like, what? Cookie cakes. Or call me Cookie, whichever platform y'all want. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, she's all around. And then make sure you're following Co-Founders Diaries, following Everything Laquanda, and I am Tiera G.
until next time. Bye.
I love that.